Hi folks, and welcome to this unscheduled fly tying demo. As you're all aware, we're in full lockdown and there's no fishing, so the fishing videos have been a little thin on the ground, so I thought I'd do an extra tying tutorial. Now, in the week gone, I asked the question, what makes a good nymph? And to illustrate that point, I stuck up this pattern, and I've had a few PMs asking me to show a video on it, and because I've got nothing better to do, I thought I'd share it with you. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The hook and device then is a Hanak H230 barbless hook. It's at size 12. It's a medium wire hook in black nickel. And the thread I'm going to be using today, I'm not going to bother with the label, it's the Fish On Ultimate Tying Silk in black. And first thing I want to do, as always with the tying silks, is get a little bit of super glue onto the shank of the hook. And then catch in just behind the eye and run a bed of thread up the shank. And I want to stop it approximately where a barb would be on a barbed hook. And then just snip away my waist end. If you are friends with me on Facebook or you follow me on Facebook, you'll know that I put a post out advertising an event that's going to take place in February, 21st of February. Myself and a few of my friends that do YouTube videos are going to put together a little fly tying demonstration package on that day. So put it in your diary, Sunday the 21st. And I think it'll be worth your time. We've got some great guys lined up to tie on the day. Sorry, I've digressed. The tail I'm using is a hen hackle. It's dyed black, and I've taken a big feather from the top of the cape, which I'm now playing with, as you've seen in my hand, and want to take approximately between 7 and 8 fibres off of that. And then I want the tail of this fly to be approximately the length of the shank. Yeah, as I was saying, I've got a great lineup of guys who have volunteered to schedule their videos so that we can all enjoy a day of fly tying. And the idea behind it, simply because there's no shows on the horizon. I think the BFFI, I'm based in the UK obviously, is going to be sorely missed this year, and I just thought it'd be nice to put something together for it. So the rib I'm going to be using is silver. It's 0.14 in diameter from Fish On. Got a little bit here, and I'm going to catch that in the entire length of the body on my side. And bring it down like so. And the way we're going to work it on the 21st is the videos will be released on the hour every hour, and the tyers that have done the videos will be available to answer questions live on the premiere. The body of the fly, I'm using some dyed black pheasant tail, and I'm just going to take between 4 and 5 fibres. Now, the pheasant tail I've got here is quite short. It wasn't the best, but it was the last one in the shop, so I had to take what they had. So it's quite short, and it doesn't give you much space to work with. Now, once I've trapped the ends in here, I want to get a little taper, not much, just a little bit into that body, and I'm going to stop it probably just slightly over the halfway mark. So if you take the entire body length, I'm slightly over the halfway mark, because I want my thorax to really show through on this fly. Now, because my pheasant tail's really short, I'm going to catch in the end with the hackle pliers. Even if it was long, I'd probably have done this, but while it's short, it's important that you get the maximum amount from the fly. So I'll just carefully avoid the tip of the hook and bring that up for my body. That's looking pretty decent actually. When I've been tying these in the past, I did tend to run out of room real quick with the pheasant tail body, so that's why I've taken such care and time. But then sure enough, when you're doing the video, one or two things happens. It goes really right, as it has on this occasion, or it goes really wrong. But yeah, so having a short pheasant tail's not helped me when I've been I've tied a few of these flies from one box. Okay, so we've done that, and what I'm going to do next with my wire rib is bring it round, going in the opposite direction to the way I took the pheasant tail. And this does one of two things. It traps in your body and protects it, and also it gives that little glint of silver, which is if any of you have followed the community page on the channel, you'll know I asked the question, what makes a good nymph? And I think a little bit of light to just put in that sort of life to the fly. I also like movement as well, was the other thing that I really like about nymphs. What I'm using for the thorax is some peacock eye. This has been dyed orange. Now I'll just turn it on its side if you see if you can see that. Has been dyed orange, and I've already picked a fibre out to tie that. Now before I do that, I'm going to tie in a little bit of cheek material, if I can find it. Now there's no label on this because it's made by Troutline, and it's for Perdigon nymphs, and it's super thin. If I hold it up, you'll see it's very thin, and I'm going to use that as the cheeks. And again, I've got a little bit just pulled off here, ready to go. So I'll catch that in. Then I'm going to bend it back round, like so, and then the eye of the peacock herald. Now you can see the bit where I've ripped it away from the main stem here, and that's the bit I want to capture in. So I'm going to lay that onto the shank and just catch that in. Then I can run that down, and with this I want it to just touch and turns all the way up till I get to approximately 1/8 of an inch. From the eye of the hook, and then a couple of turns in front, then I can come in and remove that. You can do both of these at the same time. Pull them forward, through the eye. Again, this just adds a little bit of light. Just get that sitting right to the fly. And I can take them away. Now back to my hen cape, and I've selected a couple of feathers from the bottom, well, one feather actually, not a couple, and I've already pre-prepared that by stripping back some of the waist, and I've just got the stem left to catch in. Now before I attempt to do that though, I'm just going to put a little bit of wax on and catch that in. I've just left the stem long for now, but I can come in with my scissors and tidy that up. Just make sure you have got it locked in. Then grab your hackle pliers and you can bring that hackle round. Now it's up to you. I know there's a lot of different schools of thought when it comes to cruncher hackles. Some people like them short, some people like them long, some people like them bushy, and some people like them sparse. I don't really mind. I do, to be honest, I do prefer them slightly longer than most, and this one's coming short for me. So I've just trapped in my hackle, lick my thumb and forefinger, pull everything back out the way, then once I've got my head partially built, I can take away that tip. It just comes straight off in your hands. And you can see already that the hackle is going to produce lots of movement in the water for me. And before I come on with a whip finish tool, I'm going to use a little bit of Solaris on the thread just to finish the fly. Take away your waste, give it a zap, and I just seem to have trapped a little fibre just in there. I'm going to pull that out. There we go. I hate a half a job. And there you have fairly nice little wet fly. I'll not call it a cruncher because people will get their knickers in a twist and say it's not a cruncher, but so I'll just call it a wet fly. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please think about clicking the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate your support, and I'll see you all on Tuesday.